Okay, I figured out my key to success. Now I'm locked in. I learned how to open doors like a locksmith.
What up? Welcome back. You're now locked in with DK and Atwood. I'm Atwood. Killer to my left, DK. As always, right here on the mats at Next Element Academy in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. No real direction today, man. Like
yeah.
we're just
shooting shit today.
Exactly. And one thing that we could start off with. Let me put this on silent. There we go. Is what we've all seen all over the internet the past couple of days, and that is the whole Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg.
I know, like, what
fight.
is this thing?
I don't know. Like, there's been people, and you can't really believe what people say, but then again, none of us thought that Mayweather and Conor McGregor was going to happen either, right?
Or Jake Paul and Mayweather.
Yeah, or Logan Paul and Mayweather. And now we're going to see...
Same to me, man.
And now we're going to see Jake Paul and Nate Diaz.
Yeah.
But Dana has said that apparently they're both pretty serious, so we'll see.
But, like, what's the UFC if they are the one that puts this on?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
What is this now? Are we Pride now? Because I don't know, like, back in the day, Pride used to have these freak shows.
Yeah.
Like, these Japanese, like, because the Japanese people are just into that. You know, you got big, giant Bob Sapp, you know?
Yes.
Going against...
I remember old Bob Sapp, my God.
Going up against a little small Japanese guy, and he's like, you know,
then he lost.
You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, dude. Like,
and then Pride,
Butterbean,
very limited
you got
rules.
Butterbean going in there.
I miss watching him fight, dude. That
you
guy,
know, and you got
care.
Hoist Gracie going against that dude, that 300-pound dude.
I don't know if I saw that one.
Man, it's just, you know, it's just like crazy.
Yeah,
you know
just freak fights.
Yeah, freak fights.
I don't know, man. I think Dana just sees an opportunity to
make some money.
Because let's be honest, dude. Even though they're both billionaires, we consider them both nerds.
Everybody will want to see it. And here's
one of the biggest fights ever.
It is wild how this is all happening.
Yeah.
Right? Like, let's think back. Before the boom of social media or anything like that, right? I was trying to grow a little MMA gym in Sumter, South Carolina. And I just couldn't fathom why nobody wanted to train. I mean, dude, the rent on this little warehouse it was $500 a month. This warehouse, 2,000 square feet in the middle, like in the bad part of Sumter. Not a bad part, I shouldn't say, but it's just not. It's industrial area. It wasn't like built up. It wasn't like you know, a storefront or anything. You know, I was in an industrial building. There were welders and, you know, workers and stuff that worked and so there was no AC. There was bugs everywhere. Anyways, I had mats on the ground. I had a little boxing ring and everything. I'm bringing a boxing coach to teach. Okay. You know, he's a pro. Anyways, and I'd always have to pay the rent every month because we never had enough members in order to pay the rent, you know. And also it was all a cash thing. It was like, hey, bring me some money, you know. And the main thing is I was just wanting training partners to beat up on pretty much, you know, and kind of teach some stuff. But I would like, surely people want to come know how to fight. Why wouldn't anybody want to know how to fight? And it would end up being me, you know. I'd show up to train and there would be me sweeping the mats or just cleaning up around the place because nobody'd show up, you know.
Man.
Numerous times, you know.
Dang.
So I'd have to do like a little circuit workout by myself, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's wild how nowadays, though,
everybody wants
to train, man. Well, everybody that doesn't have an ego, or maybe they do have an ego and they're like, oh yeah, they're feeding it.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
And those are the people that we've talked about before, how like the tribe will police itself. You know, those people always get policed.
It's really, or they end up in the same place, right? They might end up, like this person, like, you know, will end up being an alpha somewhere, and they bring in all the, you know, other people, and then there's always a big blow up.
Yep.
You know, there, but it's so wild to see, you know, I mean, Elon Musk isn't in shape, and
no,
and Zuckerberg's been training for a little bit.
Yeah, I think he started in COVID.
Huh?
I think he started training during COVID.
During
Zuckerberg.
COVID.
Yeah.
Oh.
So he started with Jiu Jitsu, I think, but he's doing
Yeah.
Muay Thai as well. I don't know how
Yeah.
long. But I
I'm
think,
just real quick, man. Real quick. What you think he's paying these instructors?
Oh, dude. Well, his Jiu
I
Jitsu
know
instructor, that Mikey guy.
Dave Camarillo.
What? That's his Jiu Jitsu instructor?
Yeah,
I thought it was that Mikey dude. He's like the
So
world's-
he Mikey Moose met you?
Yes.
Moose.
Yeah. So I think that's his Jiu Jitsu. I bet you he's giving that dude like $20K a month.
Yeah, he's probably, maybe, I don't know. I thought Dave Camarillo, because Dave Camarillo is also training Keanu Reeves too. And Dave
really?
Camarillo is the one that cornered him in his jiu-jitsu match.
Oh, maybe it's not the Mikey guy then. I don't know why I thought it was, or maybe they
he
switched
did a
off.
lesson with him. Maybe
Yeah,
he probably did
something
a
like that. Probably.
private lesson with him, or probably 50 private lessons with
Right.
him. Because and guys like that
for a
aren't
small
cheap
fee
for,
of $1 million.
Man, dude, I heard years ago that Henner was $750 an hour. $750
No way,
an hour.
really?
Yeah, man. I'm not. Gordon Ryan, I think, just upped his prices.
And
but
at the end of it, he tries to sell you one of his hoodies.
yeah, or what's the
The
sleep
quick
thing
flip,
where it
yeah.
pins your head to
Yeah.
that look
Yeah.
like this. With your, it looks like a piece of a pantyhose on your
Yeah.
head. Anyways,
I think the hype behind the whole, billionaire fighting, one, because obviously they're billionaires, never been done before. Two, though, when you really think about it, one kind of represents Republicans, and then the other one is kind of
it's
like
completely
leans more left.
Yeah.
So
you can definitely say that, but Elon didn't start out right. And
I don't know if he
think so.
truly is right. I think
he's kind of just right in the middle. He's got Joe Rogan. Almost.
Yeah, yeah.
And,
That's where I consider
and that's
myself
where,
as well.
Me too, dude.
Yeah.
Like I consider, there's a lot of things on the left that I like, and I think I agree with, and then there's things on the right that I agree with, and I
Right.
think, why can't we have just our own little thing? It's called independent, but nobody wants to. We never get independent. Never gets
any reps.
exactly.
Yeah.
And so, you have to be like, well, guess I'm gonna go here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And if you think about it too, when people decide, and from my experience of hearing people talk about it, like, I'm a Republican because this, and this, it's always, I don't want to say it's totally always this, but I see a lot of selfishness. It's like, because this benefits me,
Yeah.
And I get it. Don't get me wrong, but it's like sometimes if all of us as a whole are going to benefit, someone's going to have to suffer for a certain amount of time.
There ain't no free lunch. No such thing.
Learn
as
that
a
in
free
government
lunch.
economics,
You're
yep.
exactly right, man. There's no such thing as a free lunch, people. So somebody down the line is paying for it, no matter what. If it's
Someone's going to have to sacrifice.
You're exactly right.
And it might be me today and you tomorrow, both of us today, both of us tomorrow. And
you know
then,
what I'm saying? They're going to get you on these little bitty penny taxes here and there. Myrtle Beach said 10% tax now, bro.
I didn't know that.
10%.
Didn't. It's, I don't know, man. It's nuts. But,
you're getting it's crazy, man.
Yeah.
I make $100, you get $10 of it.
mm-hmm.
That's crazy. Anyways,
it's not
that's
fair.
just that's the cost of doing business too. I love Myrtle Beach, but it's man, eventually, where's the ceiling at?
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, you give an inch, take a mile theory.
You know, and that's kind of like the whole Disney World thing too. I don't know if you. I'm big into Disney right now, man.
I haven't been paying attention.
Me and I wasn't into Disney World and going to Disney World too much, but now that there's a lot of tournaments down there now, we stayed on last year for the first time ever in my entire life. I stayed on property on Disney
one of the
World,
resorts.
at one of the resorts. I always wanted to my entire life, right?
I did that once.
And so it was one of the moderate resorts. It wasn't too crazy expensive, but it was still pretty pricey for me anyways. And when I got there, and I was like, man, like everything is nice. Everything is like, I mean, it's magical, right? Like it's Disney World. But it was for Kids Pan Ams. So Kids Pan Ams is in Orlando. So went down. We were already there. Megan also has a brother who lives down there, has a CrossFit gym down there. I think I've discussed them before on here. But anyways, you know, went down there and we stayed on property and everything was safe. Didn't have to worry about anybody breaking into your car or anybody breaking into your room or stealing stuff or anything like that. Plus, they have 2 pet-friendly hotels on property, and so we stayed at one of them. It's called Riverside, and it just kind of like, oh, man, like, dude, this is the way to go, because I would have spent just as much on an Airbnb somewhere in a part of town that I had no clue was.
And then have to drive there every day. And
well, that part of town might be where people go to get robbed, right? Or where that's where they come through there and they try to breaking people's cars because they know it's an Airbnb or something like that. Like there's, you know, the way Airbnb is structured now is like you can't tell if you in the hood or not, man.
That's true. That is true.
You know,
I do a lot of research.
If you, a friend of mine, he's a Airbnb like guy. I know we're going crazy. We're going all off topic right now.
You're good. Go ahead.
But, you know, they do things. They can, if you say the house was in the hood or something like that, that's like discriminatory. And so they can take down your review because it's kind of like profiling almost. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because you're considering, it's like a bad part of town and all these other things. Like if you're like, the house was like in such a crappy in the hood or in the projects or something like that, he can get he talks about it all the time. He's like, man, I'm so good at this, and like people will leave a review and he's able to get it removed.
Oh wow!
From the reviews and everything.
What does he have, an Airbnb in a shitty part of town or something?
You know, like not a shitty part of town. Charleston, you have little different areas, right?
Yeah.
So he has a house, and there's a couple other Airbnbs in the area too. And I mean, he's fixed up the house nice,
right?
But there's other houses in the area that aren't as nice. But it's like it's Charleston, you know, like you throw a rock and you're like there's bad houses right there. Not saying bad houses, but like it just people don't keep it clean.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But anyways, where do we go?
I know we kind of just veered off from the Billionaire.
Oh yeah. So we were talking about Disney World and stuff, you know? So I got into staying on property because of the safety aspect of it, and things are nice, and you know, and I'm like, there's food on right there. We can walk around. There was a jogging trail around the whole property. It's like so big, and I had the dogs at the time, so I get up at like 6 a.m., bro. And this is before.
Dude, you're on vacation. Why are you getting up that early?
Well, it's Kid Pan Ams. I just, you know what I'm saying? It's not really, you know, I got to get up, run the dogs at 6 a.m., get the dogs back, and then, you know, we can go eat breakfast. Megan was pregnant at the time. Anyways, we were like, next time we come, man, we're going to go to Disney World, you know, because we didn't get to go or anything like that. And plus, she was pregnant. It was July. So we moved the trip, and you know, and now we stay on property every single time, and you know, and I'm learning a lot about how Disney operates and different things like that, which it's weird, you know, because I never really understood like why people get into it, but it's a thing, man. And you're like,
Alex was telling me he was doing that, and when he told me what they were spending, Alex Lee.
Oh yes,
I was like, "What?
Yeah,
to go to Disney, dude? Like that?
Yeah,
what do you? First of all, Alex? What do you do for a living? I want in."
Alex is a waiter at a really nice restaurant.
Really
nice restaurant. Yeah. God, I'm just Frank's.
I was just about to say, if it's in Paulie's, it's got to be Frank's.
Yeah, Frank's out back. So I mean, dude's raking. He's making good money. Because
to spend that on a trip to Disney is wow, dude. Yeah. Wow.
But you're looking at that's for the whole year. You know, like that's
for the whole year.
You know, I
thought it was for a week.
Yeah, it's for a week, but it's like they plan this a long time
a year in advance.
You know what I'm saying? So a year in advance, so you can like, pay it off.
Make payments. And
and like Disney will allow you to do that. You can book it, and then you'll have to pay a certain amount right up front, and then the next will be
okay. It's just like Airbnb.
Yeah, but anyways, dude, they've like upped their prices like tremendously. Yeah. That's what we were talking about. Is like the ceiling is like, man, when's too high going to be too high? Because their rooms are going up high, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what Alex is paying. Like, I haven't paid that much, but I'm been really close.
Yeah.
And it's not it's crazy to think about because, you go into the parks, if you want a park hopper pass back in the day, man, it used to be cheap. I mean, 10 years ago, right? We're thinking. But with inflation and everything else, it's like $179 for a 1-day park hopper pass.
That's crazy, man.
So if you want to do, say you want to do 3 days, right? You don't get you get a little bit of a discount. The more you go, you get a little bit of a discount.
Still, I mean, you're paying a lot. And then it's like they really prey on especially families. So like, do you want magical memories? Well, this is what it's going to cost you. Do you want to be able to ride something while you're here? Fast pass.
You have an add-on, bro.
Yeah.
Guess what they got for the superstars?
What's that?
You have a private escort service. Guess how much that is an hour?
$50 an hour.
No, bro. $750 an hour. Damn. So like Conor McGregor, I think not Drew Brees. Man, I'm so bad.
So
who's the football player? Who's a good quarterback?
Drew Brees.
Not Drew Brees.
He's in the league now?
No, he just retired. Tampa Bay's old quarterback.
Oh, Tom Brady?
Tom Brady. Duh. Man, I'm terrible.
When you was like, no, he just retired. I was like, Drew Brees.
Yeah.
No,
so
right.
Tom Brady went to Disney World, and he was taking pictures and everything. And so if you look closely, you can see there's like somebody with this little vest on, and they got like it's like plaid or whatever. Mm-hmm. That's a private escort. So you have to buy a minimum of 7 hours.
Wow.
Yeah.
How do I sign up for that job?
Exactly, dude. But you go, they escort you, get right on, no waiting in lines at any rides. You go right into it. Only you ride the ride.
Only you ride the ride.
Dude, look at Tom Brady's pics from Disney World.
Nobody's riding.
Nobody's riding with him, bro. He's riding Tower of Terror, and it's just him and his kid on Tower of Terror. There's like 13 seats I think in that. So, and then the day I went to I was at Hollywood Studios the day Conor McGregor was there at Hollywood Studios, but I missed him because we were in and out of there.
Yeah. He was.
I mean,
Bodie probably have underground tunnels there too, man.
Yeah, they definitely do, man. Like in Magic Kingdom, they got Magic Kingdom's built on top of a whole array of tunnels underneath.
See, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
See, that's one thing about
that's how
Disney,
they get the characters from other places. You know what I'm saying? They travel down. It's a corridor, and there's a whole system underneath there.
I don't trust Disney. I don't.
Man, it's wild, dude.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know. I just don't trust it.
It's a big conglomerate of, but here's the thing. When I go there, dude, it's like I don't have any worries. You know what I'm saying? It's like, we're in a different world right now.
Yeah.
But we need to get the owner of Disney as the billionaire for sure.
Yeah.
Just imagine if you're a Disney. Your last name's Disney.
Yeah.
You don't have to do anything for
No, it's just like who is it that owns Walmart? Walton's?
Yes.
Like, they don't have to do shit either. You know who is a billionaire I'd like to see fight? Bezos.
Dude.
I think that would be somebody.
Have you ever seen those memes of him like jacked? His like
when he's wearing the cowboy hat and he's going to space.
Yes.
He's like about to flex through the astronaut suit.
Dude.
Yeah.
And then you look at the pictures from like 1990 whenever he's like in that little in his little one room selling books on Amazon, had it spray painted on the wall.
You didn't know that becoming a billionaire comes with an unlimited supply of TRT?
Dude. Oh man.
But yeah, I could see Bezos being like somebody who would jump on one of those submarine things like the Titan.
Yeah.
I could see him doing.
Well, I
something
mean,
like
he
that.
flew to outer space, and
Right.
one of the dudes that was that guy that was on the Titan, he was actually he flew.
Did he
to
do
outer
that too?
He did that too,
Wow.
man.
And that was, I forget what they paid. Those people paid for like 45 minutes in space or something.
Oh yeah,
It was ridiculous.
it was up there, man.
I think it was in the millions.
Yeah, I want to think so too.
Um,
It was like 2 minutes in outer space. You got to do a spacewalk for like a few minutes.
oh, they actually got to do a
Not
spacewalk.
spacewalk.
Oh, I was about to say
Float
damn.
around in the cabin.
Oh, okay.
You got to float around like
Spacewalk.
Spacewalk.
Like if I had $2 million,
Yo.
I'm doing that.
dude. I would not do that.
You wouldn't?
No
I would
way,
do it.
bro.
I would
That's
do it.
worse than being in deep space, in deep blue sea.
I agree.
Because you're, dude,
But I would still,
you reach for it, boom,
dude.
you're
That would
gone,
answer
bro.
so many questions for me, though. Like, don't get me wrong, all right? And I don't want to say this, and everybody starts thinking I'm fucking weird. I'm not a flat earther, but I want to see for myself what it actually looks like up there. You know, I want to see it for myself. You can't see it from a plane.
So flat earthers think that what was it, Antarctica or something surrounds the?
Yeah. It goes all the way around.
Because nobody has ever been around Antarctica.
Yeah, we've been on the other side or whatever. Apparently, yeah, that's what they think. I learned a lot about what flat earthers think from Eddie Bravo, from watching that dude talk about it. Man. Back to the billionaires, though.
Yeah.
When it comes down to Mark and Elon, I'm taking Mark 100%.
Oh yeah.
Even
for
if
sure.
Elon is in shape, if
Yeah.
he loses 40 pounds, I still take Mark.
He's younger.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
But-
he's been training a little bit longer already.
If you had to predict though, like round and how it gets done, what would you say?
Let's see. Round 1 submission by Zuck.
That's what I was saying. What submission do you think?
Probably guillotine
Something that
something.
RNC.
or a rear neck
Yeah.
choke. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was
Something
thinking
like
too.
Yeah. So I also, Worlds, I saw somebody put out a submission. What was the percentage like submissions for Worlds this year? So like armbar, triangle, choke, different things. So the number 1 submission this year at Worlds was, probably every year is choke from back. Yeah, there's 21 chokes from the back.
Okay.
There were 10 arm bars. And then I didn't continue reading after that. I just saw what the top 2 were because I'm really big on, creatures of habit and doing things, there a percentage of things that happen if they're more consistent in one area or another. Like, you got 2 arms, so it's like you have 2 opportunities to arm bar,
Yeah.
You have 2 arms to choke the neck, so you have double the opportunity as well. You can choke the neck with your legs, all of these different things. So, but I was just describing to one of my students the other day in a private lesson that it's like he was going to do Master Worlds. I think he's backing out now, and he had won as a white belt. He won Pan Ams. He's an older guy. Anyways, he's going to do Master Worlds here coming up at the end of August, 1st September.
Las Vegas?
Yeah, Vegas. One Lucas is supposed to be doing. And so, anyways, I said, dude, this is the game plan that you want to go take this person down. You're going to pass their guard. You're going to get them out, and you're going to take their back. Then you're going to choke them. That's the goal that you want to get. Every time we're going to the back, we're going to the back, going to the back, going to the back. Every single time, because it's so hard to defend there, and people start giving up stuff. They're giving up an arm. They start reaching their head up really high, and then you can go up underneath their neck. So it's just like if we stay patient on the back, they're eventually going to give up something. You know what I'm saying? So this is also good for you to know as well. It's just like let's always like go towards the back, and if Zuckerberg is training with Dave Camarillo and who and Mike Musumeci.
Yeah.
He's going to be legit going for the back every time.
Yeah, and he's competed, I think, too. And I think I don't know where
think
he
he won,
competed.
too.
Yeah, I believe he
won
did
first
win.
place.
I don't know how does it work like when it comes down to the divisions, right? Obviously weight and belt, but do they split it up based on stripes too, or is it just
Nope.
okay?
White
so,
belt.
All right,
Yep.
cool. Gotcha.
So no gi, it goes like, you can go beginner or novice, beginner, intermediate, advanced. Sometimes they go all the way up to expert, but sometimes usually you'll just have beginner, intermediate, advanced. Sometimes you'll have the expert on the end of there sometimes. But anyways, they line age group. So if you're over 30, you can go with over the 30-year-olds. If you're under 30, you go with
Whoever.
adults,
Okay.
the younger kids all the way down to 18. And then they have a teen division and just things like that. So, he'll definitely go against his weight class.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I think out are the days that, they still have them. Sometimes you show up to a tournament, nobody's in your weight class, so they'll put you in a different weight class.
Okay.
Or there's nobody your age group, and they put you in the younger weight group or
Age group.
or something like that. So, but that's usually smaller tournaments, like
yeah.
IBJJFs.
They have plenty of people.
Well, if it's just you get a gold medal and you go home, and that's it.
Oh,
It's like
okay.
you can either go up a weight and compete if you want, or you don't get to compete at all, or that'll put you in the top 3. If you get a gold, silver, or bronze in IBJJF, you can do absolute, not as white belt, but blue belt and up. So
Right on.
yeah.
Yeah, I was wondering about that because I haven't signed up for New Breed yet, 'cause I have till the 9th before it starts getting
more expensive.
right. So I'm just gonna do it by then. But I was looking at it and it said like under a year of training or experience, I guess, over a year. So I just wasn't sure how that worked. I mean, I imagine that it would be, if you're a white belt with no stripes, you're going up against white belts with any stripes. That's what I thought it was. But then I was looking at all these questions and I'm like, well, I don't understand why you're even asking that.
I don't know. Maybe they're going to try to piece you together, but I think it's all the white belts together and weight class and everything. So I don't know. I think maybe they do that for the no-gis portion.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to do both. I was talking to somebody here yesterday, and they're like, I'm going to do no-gi, but 2 different weight classes. And I was like, I didn't even know you could do that.
Yeah. New Breed will let you do a bunch of different,
Really?
divisions, help you, let you do whatever. But back to Dave Camarillo.
Mm-hmm.
Fun fact about Dave Camarillo. You remember, he used to be the jiu-jitsu coach for AKA.
Okay.
Out in,
I didn't know that.
California. Yeah. American Kickboxing Academy where
Right.
Cain Velasquez and everybody.
Yep.
So he used to be the jiu-jitsu coach out there. He also, he helped him and BJ Penn train together a lot. He helped train a lot of big UFC. Josh Koscheck. He helped train a lot.
I used to love watching that guy fight.
Yeah. He used to train a lot of really good dudes. You see
Right
what
on.
Josh Koscheck does now? He lives in North Carolina.
I was just about to say, I thought that he did something regarding the military, right? Training military or something?
He does, yeah. And he also races those like razors and shit like that.
Wait, when you say radar, are you talking about
Those cars?
three wheels?
No, those like cars. I guess they're called a razor. They're like an ATV car.
Oh, okay, yeah. I know what you're talking about. On like dirt tracks.
Yeah, he does stuff like that,
Huh.
man. And but yeah, he's into contracting, training guys.
That was one of my favorite seasons of The Ultimate Fighter. Was him and
Season
St.
1,
Pierre.
man.
Well, no, I'm talking about when he coached against St. Pierre. Yeah. Dang, he was on season 1.
Yeah, man.
Oh wow.
Season 1.
Yeah, didn't he? I could be wrong. Maybe it was somebody else. Was it him that got popped at some point for steroids?
It might be.
I mean, back in those days, everybody was juicing. I mean, the Sean Shirks and those
Dude.
guys were juiced to the gills,
Sean
bro.
Shirk.
Oh, what is it? TRT. What is? Oh, how am I not coming? Vitor. I mean, you look at that guy, you're like, wow, dude.
Man, his traps were like.
Dude, the fact that I still
his
give
ear.
Bisping props, man. The fact he took a head kick from that guy, and that was the reason why he basically lost his eye.
Oh,
and then still, it was Luke Rockhold. Like, yeah, Luke's a great fighter. It would appear in his recent fights, not that great of a chin. Maybe it just never got tested. I don't know. Who am I to really say?
Luke's older than me, though.
Is he?
Luke's old, bro.
Because I remember watching that fight with with Michael Bisping. I think I was the
Hey, how old is Luke Rockhold? She knows. He's older than me. No, he's 38, 39. Yeah, so he's like almost 40, bro. But dude looks like a Greek god.
Dude, yeah, I was just about to say, if I look like that, I'm sticking to modeling underwear for Calvin Klein, and I'm not touching my face.
He's a pro surfer too.
Is he?
Like, he was a pro surfer.
He's a California kid, though, isn't
man. Like, shout out to you, man, and your family, bro. Like, they like the specimen of human being is, man. Hopefully, my son looks just like him.
Dude, he's on his way. I mean, look how big he is, man. Like, he's going to be tall as hell.
He's a big old boy.
But yeah, dude, Luke Rockhold is massive. He's got to be like 6'3", too.
Yeah, dude. And just like shredded.
Yeah.
Shredded, dude.
But Michael Bisping knocked him out with one eye.
Yeah. Michael Bisping's a G, though. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
he's got to be like, to come out of all MMA fighters to come out of the UK. He is that guy.
Yeah.
Now, you have some guys that are on the up and up, right? But
yeah, the dude to beat Francis, the Jaguar guy.
Who?
He's new dude for UFC. He just beat Kurtz Pellegrino's protege.
Really?
Francis Marshall. Yeah, beat him by decision.
When you said Francis, I was thinking Ngannou.
Oh, no.
I was like, damn,
beat Francis Marshall at 45. He's a Savate fighter, meaning French-style kickboxing.
Yeah, yeah.
I want to say he's out of London.
Oh, sick. I mean, London, really, for a while, it was mainly just like Brazil, United States.
Paris.
Paris?
Paris.
Okay.
It's out of Paris.
France. But, I mean, they're all starting to come up now,
because that's where
Russia.
Savate's out of.
Right.
Savate style. For people who don't know what Savate is, it's a style of kickboxing.
That was something that I know, I've heard of it, and I know what it is. I can't say that I've ever, like, watched something like a Savate bout.
Yeah, it's definitely different. You know what I'm saying? But it's a lot of kicks and, body strikes, foot strikes,
Right
So,
on.
the guy's really quick. He was really quick, and, Francis was kind of thrown off a little bit. But anyways, yeah.
Are there any fights coming up that you're looking forward to? I know you don't really watch a whole lot of UFC anymore, right?
I don't watch a whole lot of UFC anymore, man. But let me see. I know Francis, he's got a fight coming up here pretty soon, but it's at the UFC Apex. I want to say it's not anytime soon, but it's coming up. Mm-hmm. And then, we got Austin Coleman.
Yep.
He's fighting
in Nashville.
He's fighting in Nashville. Yep, for Aries fight. And he's fighting. Dude, he's fighting was on the Contender Series. So
really? What's the guy's name?
Bro, I gotta look at my phone.
Yeah.
Let's see.
That's like the night before or after
August
the UFC
4th.
Fights.
August 4th. So it's the night before, and then the fights are in Nashville.
There's a chance that there might be just a lot of fight fans in town that just show up for that.
You know what? Who knows who's gonna be at that event?
Are you going to that one?
So oh man, I bought some concert tickets.
Oh, that's right. You're going to, who is it?
Jason Aldean, bro. Anyways, yeah, I bought so for Megan's for like a Mother's Day gift, and for her birthday. Her birthday's July 14th.
Oh, word.
I got us some tickets to
Jason
Aldean in Charleston, and we already got a babysitter. Her cousin's going to babysit. They live down there and everything, and we had already had that plan. And I'm like, I spent some good money on these tickets.
I don't blame you, man.
Concerts ain't cheap these days, man.
No, they aren't. They are not.
If you want to sit way up top and not see anything, then it's not that bad.
Depending on the person, it could still be horrible.
Right.
Like the Blink-182, Taylor Swift. I mean, which I won't go to a Blink-182 concert on my own. I was about to go to one with my girlfriend.
Yeah.
But she decided she didn't want to go, and you'll never see me at a Taylor Swift concert. But like those things are still expensive. Like you're talking like $600-700 up to $900.
I looked up Chris Stapleton. He's coming to Charleston.
Yeah,
bro. There ain't like, they're all resale tickets now, and they're just double the price. I mean, you got some there $1,000 a seat, man, and you're sitting
people's
mid-level.
mortgage, dude. just to go to
just
a
to go
4 or 5 hour concert. It's
You're
crazy.
exactly right. I mean, he is like the man right now.
Yeah, but I mean, he can be the man on YouTube. You know,
we can watch him on YouTube, right? Player, and we have an awesome seat. You know,
Right.
drinking a $5 beer.
You know, it
Not
won't
a
be long
$20
before
one.
they'll be doing the virtual stuff where you can pay tickets like on your Oculus and just sit there. They're going to be doing that with UFC fights too.
Wow.
Where you can pay through like an Oculus or some sort of virtual reality, and just it's like you're there wearing this headset, looking around, watching it
That
live.
would make me dizzy though, man.
I
You know what I'm
see. I
saying?
know a lot of people have that issue. I don't. I haven't played the Oculus
I
in
had
a
to
while.
sell mine,
but-
dude.
Really?
I got the one that I had all the gigs.
Yep, me too.
Everything, and I'm like, let's get this shooting game. You know what I'm saying? Boom, you actually load and unload, and you're doing everything yourself. And then when you start to run, your feet don't move, but you just move your arm.
Yeah.
And I'm like, whoa, this is
Oh,
started
really?
making me sick, man.
Man, I used to love. Me and Jordan Penny would get on there and play like
I know,
paintball
that's
and
what
stuff.
Jordan's the one that made me go get one. He's like, dude,
I'm the
you
one
gotta
that
go
made
get
him
one.
get one.
He's like, you got to go get one. We can like link up in the
Yep.
arcade or whatever it's called,
rec
the
room.
rec room, yeah, and we can go play games together. I'm like, oh, that sounds awesome. So I'm trying to like figure it out. I buy the game Creed. I buy Creed.
Yep.
I buy some other games. I'm looking for a racing game. Couldn't find one. You know. Anyways, and I buy that shooter game, and I'm just man.
That game pissed me off. I already know which one you're talking about because you clear
Contractor.
you clear the mag, and then I'd be going to reach down without looking down to try and find it, and I pull up a grenade. I'm like, well, now I gotta throw it, and now it's gone, and I just wasted it. Like that would piss me off, dude.
That's not real life.
Yeah.
I obviously wasn't reaching for a grenade.
Yeah, but I know what game you're talking about. I took the Oculus. It was Christmas one year, and Jacqueline had some people over at her parents' house, and I took it over there. And Jordan got on there with the boxing thing, almost destroyed one of her parents' lamps in the process. But I got him hooked.
Yeah, man. But that'll be crazy, man. Like if they do that, like you're sitting ringside, you know what I'm
It's
saying?
happening.
And
It's
they're
gonna happen.
they're gonna sell a ringside seat to where you can sit there. Imagine they sell like for $20, you can sit in the nosebleeds at the live UFC
and
events.
then they'll be able to have 20,000 people sitting in the same spot that just pay $20.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it's genius. Why not?
It is really smart, man.
Why
You
not?
know? And that's just
They've already started doing it for
but
basketball
that's
games.
like the future of everything, you know. But it's
Yep.
like I mean Elon, you know, back to Elon, he's got cars that are automatically driving themselves, you know. So it's like, wow.
I will say something interesting about the electric cars and like the charging stations. I saw a video where this guy had this like radiation detector or whatever, and he walked up to a charging station for Tesla. That thing was off the charts. He's like, I probably shouldn't even be standing here right now. But he's just like walking to different areas of it, and when the cars were charging, it would like shoot up.
Wow.
I don't know what the little machine was called, but I watched a video on it, and I thought that was
Did you
pretty
watch the
interesting.
podcast with Kennedy and Joe Rogan? He's talking about
I've
Wi-Fi.
seen a couple. I didn't know if they did one recently, but I
Talking
love
about
Tim Kennedy, bro.
Wi-Fi's a big endocrine and destruct.
I've heard the same thing about 5G.
Yeah, man.
You know?
And I just got a 5G. It's in my pocket right now.
Yeah, we hold it up to our heads every day.
Yep, got it on my watch now, wrist now, so constantly feeding into my system.
You know that this might help. This might help with evolution, though. In the future,
might, dude.
in the future,
You know
they
what I'm
might
saying?
be resistant.
Resistant to everything. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? But like, I think throughout, you know, like radiation's been, I don't know, it's been around for a long time now.
Dude, we've all been exposed to crap like that since we were little.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I'm sure it affects the body to some degree. Some maybe more than others, but you're not going to be able. You can just be. You could say to yourself, "Now I'm done with cell phones. I'm done with anything that or emits radiation around me."
Yeah.
But don't leave your house.
You ever heard of Ben Greenfield?
Uh-uh.
So he's on Rogan a lot. That guy's weird, man. If you guys want to look at a weird guy that's like has all the EMF disruptors and it's like promoting this thing. You look and see oh man, how much is this EMF thing to like block boom? $1,500, man. I'm like, what? What? You know what I'm saying?
What is
Like,
it?
dude.
What is the?
And he's like
EMF
living
do?
in a cabin out in the middle of freaking Washington somewhere or Oregon.
Dang.
And he's
What
like,
does the EMF do?
So it's like an EMF blocker. So like your phone,
Oh,
and
okay,
Bluetooth,
yeah.
and everything puts
My
off
girlfriend
that
does
EMF
that.
and
She
stuff.
she has like a little thing on her phone. I think she might have one on her wallet.
Oh yeah.
She's super into stuff like that too,
Yeah,
man.
man.
She
So-
doesn't use the microwave.
Oh wow.
She will not use the microwave.
See, I don't like using the microwave, dude, because I think about that shit too. You know what made me think? My dad was in prison, and the first time I ever heard anybody call it nuking it, my dad's like, "Oh, we have to go." So like when you visit somebody in prison, they got all the machines, and you go to machines. Oh, I was like, well, let's get a meal out of the machine to microwave it. And he's like, "Oh, we're gonna nuke it," and I every time I
Really?
think about putting something in the microwave, I think about that.
I've been saying that since I was little. But yeah, I mean, I was actually talking to my girlfriend the other day about it. She's like, I don't use the microwave. And I was like, why? She's like, because it takes all these nutrients out of your
away,
food. I was like, well,
I'd heard that a long
I
time
thought all
ago,
it does
too.
is heat up the water molecules, and then
Yeah.
that's how it cooks the food because it heats up the water
That's what I
molecules.
thought too, but I've heard both.
Yeah. Well, I think it was Neil deGrasse Tyson, if that's how you say his name. He said the water molecule thing on Joe Rogan's podcast.
Oh, okay.
But then I got to be honest with you, man. Like, it's hard to even pick and choose who you want to trust when it comes to stuff like that,
Yeah.
So I just tend to just don't really trust anybody.
We'll see in 20 years, man.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't know. I've been on a burn pit registry from, when I was in Afghanistan. I lived right down the road. I mean, our hooches, what we call hooches, were, right down the road from the burn pit where they'd burn all the trash from all the base. Black cloud just coming out.
Just think of the chemicals, man.
Oh, yeah, man. And then,
And
so
cancer.
I'd have to drive all the way around the other side of the base, and I remember that, man, that big old it'd billow every single day. I'd drive right through it, and it'd fill up our truck, with just, it smelled like burnt plastic,
That's
what I'm saying?
crazy.
Anyways, so they're coming out. People are getting freaking neck cancer.
Yeah.
People are getting brain cancer. All these different things are happening, man. So every time I have an ailment, bro, I'm like, cancer.
Yeah,
I got
right.
cancer.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just got a letter in the mail because I guess Biden passed up. It's called the PACT Act. It's about chemicals in the air from like burn pits and stuff like that. And so hopefully that'll go through and try to get me some more disability
money.
for that.
I've been seeing a bunch of celebrities who have probably never served a day in the military, but they're like, were you stationed at Camp Lejeune?
Oh, about the
2000
water.
Well, the water and then the earplugs.
Oh, the earplugs.
Yeah,
Yeah, they
and
try to-
I saw like that big fat dude from the
Yeah,
office,
man.
and I'm like, why? Out of all people, why
Dude,
him?
I was in Iraq, and I was in Iraq numerous times, or just overseas in general. And dude, you get a pallet of water delivered into the middle of a field with no covering, just sun, 100 degrees, just beating on those plastic bottles. And so they've, now it's come out that plastic leaches into the water.
Yep, can
BPAs
cause cancers.
and all that cause cancers and all that other shit.
Probably everything
man.
causes cancer.
So that's what we were drinking, man. We were drinking these big liters of bottle, these liters, and the water was reverse osmosis made by the guys in the military. We had our own water plant and everything, but the plastic bottles and everything, the bottles, they were 1 liter bottles, and they had a palm tree on the side of it. It was wild. No wrapper or anything.
Yeah.
Just you could see a palm tree was on indented into the plastic of the bottle,
Right.
and so. Dude, there'd be pallets of them
How did
in
that
the
shit
middle
not
of.
melt?
No, dude, it got up to be 130 degrees when I was out there.
My brother sent me a picture one time of his iPhone that he left in his locker.
Oh.
Now, granted, the lockers are metal,
Yeah, but
it melted to the locker.
yeah, man,
And he showed us on a Zoom call or something. So that's why I haven't
yeah.
called you guys, because I just didn't have a way to till now.
It's oh, sorry, man, phone
Yeah.
melted.
Yeah,
So
literally.
those were, that it's just wild. The stuff, you gotta watch out for. It's you gotta pay for organic stuff now. You
Yeah.
gotta pay for shit and not being
Way more.
chemicals and-
I mean, it's cheaper to eat like shit.
yeah,
The meal prep thing that we're both doing. You got
Yeah.
me onto 212 meals. It's like, I don't know, for somebody like me, I have to convince myself to do things like that. Cause it's, when you break it down, you're like, oh, it's only $11 a meal. But like, you know how many years of my life I lived off of $4 a day? Like eating, because I'm just going to the dollar menu, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
but it's like the quality too of that,
exactly,
too, which makes you have depression, anxiety,
all sorts of things.
Stress and anxiety or depression and anxiety are huge markers with young people now, because everybody's trying to measure up what they see on Instagram or what they see on social media. You know what I'm saying? So it causes anxiety and different things like that. It does it myself. I'm like, damn, like I want, my gym to be like this, or like, why can't I have a champion, UFC champion from our little gym? All these other people have these, but it's going to happen one day. You can't, judge yourself based on them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like that causes anxiety, depression to all these people.
Yeah.
And so, if you can ease that by eating a little bit better, you don't have to think about preparing your meals now. You don't have to think about what to eat now. You just
don't have to worry about the macros. You don't have to clean. Like, so that's when, and I was discussing this with my girlfriend too, 2 nights ago. It's like, that's where it's like, yeah, you might be paying $11 a meal, and the meal might not be a whole lot, like not enough to fill you up, right? Yeah. But you're paying for the convenience. And then whether you get it delivered to you or delivered to a place right down the street, you just go and you pick it up. Like, that's really what you're paying for. You're paying for somebody to the convenience, for somebody to do the work for you.
You're exactly right. And I'll do that all day long, man.
Typically, yeah, I would too. I think what I'm going to start doing, though, is I might still get the meal plan that I've been getting, but then I'll just cook a little bit so that if I want to have something else to do at night, then I can have more protein at night.
So I cook some steaks. I cook like 3 steaks, big ones, big ribeyes throughout the week. So it's like, man, I'll just I'll eat some of those, or I'll add some steak in with my meal or something like that. So I get some more protein. And like, steak helps with a lot of different things. It has creatine in it, has a lot of different amino acids in it, has some fat in it, protein, obviously.
I might just do like some 90% lean ground beef and then like zucchini noodles and just put like some, I don't know, some sort of sauce on it that's not going to be too high on like sodium and shit, and just do that as like something to eat at night. I can't do what that guy does. Who's that? The Mikey guy that we were talking about earlier, Jiu Jitsu guy.
Oh yeah,
that dude eats pizza and pasta every night.
But he's a tiny kid, man.
Well, yes, he's like rooster weight, right?
Yeah, he's tiny.
But also,
I think it'll catch up with.
It's the dude's metabolism. Like,
he's probably training 3 or 4 hours a day.
Yeah, or maybe even more than that.
Yeah. Those elite guys, man, like people, for anybody, how they get so elite, they are training nonstop. Like, it's.
And that dude's also been going at it probably since he was like 5 or 6.
Yeah.
And I don't know how old he is now. He doesn't look too old.
Super flexible, dude.
Probably like mid-20s. But yeah, I hear Bodie in there.
Yeah, Bodie's like losing it, man.
Yeah, he's ready. He's ready to
go. So we might have to cut this one out.
Well, we're getting about to that point anyways. I think I started today with my camera on like 80-something%, so it's probably about that time anyway.
Sweet, man.
So with that being said, take us out, man.
All right, guys, man, thank you guys so much for, watching. Thank you so much for subscribing, liking, commenting on our channel and everything. So please continue to do that. Share it. Let's try to get the word out a little bit more. Yeah, today we were just shooting the shit, but a lot of times, we talk about a lot of different things, as far as combat sports are concerned. And, I've been fighting professionally for I fought professionally for 11 years. Atwood's MMA referee now, and both actively training jiu-jitsu. With me being his instructor. So continue to follow us and please subscribe. All right.
Quick question.
Yeah.
So I had somebody hit me up on Instagram.
Oh shoot! Guess who's in town?
Who?
Ken Flo.
Dude, we have to set that up.
He just texted me.
We have to set that up.
Yeah. He just texted me. I'm gonna shoot him a message.
This person hit me up and said, because I posted like a little reel of training, and he said, is 37 too old to learn? What do you say to that? I already know what you're going to say. But.
Yeah, you're never too old to learn, man. Like, we got
Alan. How old is
67.
Alan? 67.
Started when he was 66. turned 67. He's been training almost. December will be 2 years.
Yeah, and he's a white belt, but he's no walk in the park to roll
he's
against.
Strong, dude.
Yeah, that dude is strong, man. His grips are pretty good.
Yeah,
not gonna lie.
Yeah.
So yeah, Nicholas, to answer
Cool.
that, no, absolutely not. Get your ass in here. And Ken Flo, we'll see you soon.
Yeah.
Till next time.
Later.